welcome to yet again another episode on financial wellness. As usual, I'm your coach, CPA Tonie Njiru. Today we shall continue with our discussion on SACCOs as an investment tool, as a tool to our financial wellness. So today we shall be discussing issues to do with how SACCOs are governed, the various types of SACCOs that we may have that you could join, and the benefits of joining a SACCO, of course. In a later video, we shall be looking at the things to look at while selecting a SACCO. I'm sure we have mentioned many names of different SACCOs. That does not mean we are marketing them. We have many SACCOs out there, and there are factors that you can consider in joining a SACCO. In our next part on SACCOs, we shall be discussing how SACCOs are funded and how they're able to raise the returns that they pay their members, and whether or not that the payments are sustainable or otherwise. So first off, we look at SACCO governance. Savings and credit cooperatives are governed in Kenya under the law. We have two laws. That is the Cooperatives Act, Cap 490, and the SACCO Societies Act, which is more specific for SACCOs. So the Cooperatives Act broadly deals with all cooperatives. Then the SACCO Societies Act is specifically for SACCOs. That the regulation around cooperatives over the years are seen, especially for SACCOs, are seen a lot of discipline being instilled into the institutions, especially those that are under the SACCO Societies Regulatory Authority, SASRA, which is enabled through the SACCO Societies Act, which was came into force in the year 2008. So in terms of governance, SACCOs are managed or governed through the membership. So the members are the supreme governing authority within the organization. Under the laws of Kenya, the members will then be able to select among themselves using either of two models, that is what you call a delegate system or a general system. So under a delegate system, and usually SACCOs that select a delegate system are the SACCOs that are broad in terms of physical dispersion. Like if you have a SACCO that has membership across the country, they could select delegates to represent the different regions. Or we could have, and an example of this would be a SACCO like Ufanisi that has members all over the country, initially formed from membership of the Agricultural Financial Corporation, but now admitting members from having expanded their bond, admitting members from all over the country. So they have a delegate system, basically because of their geographical dispersion. Other SACCOs will go for a delegate system because of the huge membership. Here we are looking at a SACCO like Stima SACCO that has more than 150,000 members, so it's very difficult to hold a general meeting. So generally, a SACCO that is doing more than 3,000, 4,000 members will be better served through a delegate system, where they come up with a mechanism to select a few delegates, and then the delegates will go and select board members among themselves who will be able to run the SACCO. The other SACCOs that are on a general membership will not have a delegate system, but they find a way of now selecting board members directly from the membership. In addition to the board members who are either being selected from a general membership governance structure or from a delegate system, we have board members. In addition to that, we have also a supervisory committee, members who are selected to supervise the operations of the SACCO. So in terms of overall leadership, those are the two main organs that come from the membership. Of course, SACCOs also employ staff, especially SACCOs that have now grown. They will employ staff who are known as a secretariat, who run the day-to-day operations of the society. In terms of membership, we have broadly two types of SACCOs. SACCOs will either be what we call a closed bond SACCO, which is a SACCO made up of members from a specific organization. Like you could have members of cooperative bank forming what is known as a cooperative bank SACCO, and they will not open up to members who are not either directly staff of cooperative bank or their spouses. So they will have a closed bond. They will not entertain people who are not affiliated to the bank. And there are various reasons why a SACCO may choose to be a closed bond SACCO. If they feel that they have enough numbers in the mother organization, if they feel that the financial strength, maybe in terms of the minimum contribution would be watered down if they were to introduce members from outside. So those are closed bond SACCOs, and most SACCOs start as closed bond SACCOs. Even those that are open bond SACCOs, at some point you're going to find that they were closed bond, then they expanded, some of them gradually to accommodate people from different employers, different professions, different ways of economic activities, and others will open up for just everybody. They will be absolutely open. So the second type of SACCOs in terms of membership are the open bond SACCOs, where you can join regardless of whether you're a businessman, whether you're employed, whether you're self-employed. And here we would have examples of such SACCOs being SACCOs like uh, Ken Pipe SACCO, which originally was for Kenya Pipeline. We have SACCOs like Port SACCO, which originally was Mombasa Port SACCO. We have Bandari SACCO, which again was affiliated to Kenya Ports Authority. We have Stima, which has seriously marketed out there. Those are open board SACCOs. So anybody may join. Anybody may join so long as you are willing to save and invest in such a SACCO. So in terms of SACCO membership, it's important you be aware that we have closed bond and open bond SACCOs. SACCO products, SACCOs again may be viewed from the type of services that they offer. And again, we have either back office service activity SACCOs. These are BOSA SACCOs. These are SACCOs that are not allowed to do what we call deposit taking, that is front office service activities. Such SACCOs, they take deposits. Let us not imagine the fact that we're saying they're not allowed to do deposit taking, they don't take deposits. They take deposits, but only for the non-withdrawable deposits. So in such a SACCO, you save in two ways: your share capital, and you also save in your deposits. Remember in the earlier video, we had explained that share capital is non-withdrawable, is non-refundable even when you're existing, while deposits, back office deposits, are refundable. They are withdrawable when you exit the SACCO, so long as you don't have any outstanding obligations to the SACCO. So those are back office service activity SACCOs, which currently, previously, they were not under regulation of SASRA. They were purely under the Cooperatives Act, Cap 490. But currently, we have some of these SACCOs being regulated by SASRA, so long as they meet three criteria. That is, they are holding more than 100 million shillings in member deposits, or they are recruiting members from the diaspora, Kenyans who are living outside the country, or they are recruiting members online. So then those SACCOs will be required mandatorily be regulated by the SACCO Society's regulatory authority. The second type of SACCO in terms of services are the DT SACCOs, that is the deposit taking SACCOs, which when SASRA was formulated, they all became regulated. So you cannot operate a DT SACCO that is not regulated by SASRA. So these are SACCOs that offer both the BOSA services as well as the FOSA services. Examples of these SACCOs will include SACCOs like Tima SACCO, Yetu SACCO. In Meru, we have Nawiri SACCO in Embu, Daima SACCO in Embu. We have SACCOs like IG SACCO in Kakamega, Narisha SACCO, Muhasibu, which primarily was started by the accountants. It has now moved to be FOSA. It has not yet operationalized its FOSA front office service activities, but it has moved to start FOSA businesses. So we have those SACCOs where you can deposit and withdraw in addition to the benefits that we mentioned of the back office service activities. So SACCOs will either be BOSA or FOSA SACCOs. And of course, it's important to note in terms of regulation, all FOSA SACCOs are regulated by SASRA. BOSA SACCOs are only regulated to the extent that they have met the three criteria. That is, they are doing more than 100 million in deposits, or they are recruiting members online, or they're recruiting Kenyans living outside the country, that is Kenyans in the diaspora. So it's important when you're making your investment to check whether these are regulated SACCO, because you're more comfortable, especially if you're not in a common bond. If you're not coming from a common employer, you're more comfortable in a properly regulated society. Now, in terms of SACCO products and services, SACCOs will afford you savings account, accounts where you can save your money and this money is able to generate returns. They will also afford you loan facilities, which we shall speak to about in a different video. And of course, your savings are an investment opportunity. So in terms of joining a SACCO, the benefits that you derive from joining a SACCO is a savings avenue. It gives you a platform for saving. Remember in an earlier video, we discussed about financial wellness, the importance of savings, and the importance of paying yourself first before you can pay anybody else. SACCOs enable you to access credit with minimum stress as opposed to other financial institutions. SACCOs provide you a platform for investment with very handsome returns. If you look at the rates we were mentioning in our earlier video in terms of dividends, some SACCOs are paying as high as 20%, and of course with a very low tax at 5%, which is a final tax, because the rationale is that when people are coming together to invest in a SACCO, they have already paid other taxes. So what they're being taxed on are earnings from their savings, which had already suffered more taxation. So 5% usually is final. SACCOs will also be a useful tool for your legacy planning, because you can bequeath your investment in a society to your children. And of course, SACCOs provide you with a platform for you to work together with others. They support your social wellness, because in a SACCO, you are pooling resources with others with common goals to grow each other, so that you can be able to uplift yourself with minimal requirements for a lot of heavy capital. Initial capital is about contributing, and the small amounts that you consistently contribute, and of course leveraging on compounding, then can grow to be handsome returns. Thank you very much for listening to us for this part. We shall be continuing again to discuss more on SACCOs, specifically to discuss how SACCOs are able to generate the returns that they're able to pay you, and whether these payments are actually sustainable, the 20%, the 15% that we are talking about, and how SACCOs generate this money from members by giving them affordable loans. Thank you very much. Continue following us, like our YouTube channel, subscribe. Very many people are watching and not subscribing. We urge you to subscribe. We urge you to like our videos and to make sure that you view the videos and to share with your friends, and also to follow us on the various social media platforms as usual. Coach